Hello! There we go. Hello, Internet. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, and welcome to just a stream. Oh, we dropped for frames. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. Okay, so, hello Internet, and welcome back to BinkLive. Today, I'm just going to talk with you guys for like a couple hours, so I hope you have questions ready. It's probably the storm. You can probably hear the thunder and the lightning. I'm trying to catch it as it's doing it. So, you know, it's saying that I've dropped some frames. You know, it's actually pretty, you know, we got like a tropical storm like in the area, so that's why the stream may be a little bad today. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not one that I'm just gonna have to get rid of. But yeah, I really hope that it doesn't mess up the stream too much. But yeah, today is a version of Let's Chill unlike any other. It's actually what I originally wanted to do for Let's Chill, but unfortunately, there's that thunder. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the fan base enough to keep the questions going, so Let's Chill evolved into what it was. This was the original plan, was just to make Let's Chill into like kind of like a Q&A kind of thing. So, what motivates me to be Bink? Can you give me like a better idea of what you think it means to be Bink? Because if you think, you know, to me, all it is playing video games. And the fact that I enjoy video games so much, I want to share that enjoyment with others. I mean, if you think there's any more, let me know. But I don't think. Hello, Iron Hobbit. What made you who you are and what you do? Well, that's a really good question. I mean, I guess it would just be the series of life experiences I've had. I didn't have the best of childhoods, you know, so I pretty much like had to figure out ways to express myself in other ways. So usually it was like absorbing as much as I could from television and like using what I thought was funny to make others laugh. And that evolved like in school to being a dork, which got me into D&D. Yeah, it's at one point I was like watching YouTube videos and I was like, I have a phone. My phone can record videos. Let's try something. And that's literally how I started my YouTube channel. That's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it, what started my YouTube channel, for the most part. You guys will have to let me know also in the chat below if the stream skips or if it drops or anything. I mean, I do have it on my phone, but I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. Is there a game you can play blindfolded without any trouble? Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. I love that game, and for the most part, I think I could probably play it blindfold. I'm not going to take myself up on that challenge, but you know, that might be one of those games that I could play. But yeah, I love Super Mario RPG. It was one of the first Super Nintendo games that I ever actually played on my own. And it was the first one, like I've said, I think a couple times, it was the first one that introduced RPGs. And because I ended up, like, demolishing that game within 3 days, and I was so excited about getting to the final boss fight, I actually took my copy of the game to a friend's house and played it on his Super Nintendo just to beat Smithy at his place, because me and him were such good friends. You know, he played things like Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and stuff like that. He was more of like the platformer adventure kind of guy. Yeah, which is cool and stuff. It was cool. What are your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch? I don't have one, so my opinion really doesn't in that. I think I don't really have one. I haven't really seen one person. I've seen gameplay off of some of them. I've watched, like, pretty much the only game that's on there right now, the freaking Zelda Zelda Breath of the Wild, excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't really have opinion on it at the most point. Hey there, Brandy, how are you? Jeez, favorite foods? Peanut butter sandwich, pizza. I'm a junk food fanatic. Which, considering, you know, how skinny I am, look at that. Look at that. Look how skinny I am. I love junk food, but yet I'm still, like, super skinny. I don't know how I do it. I don't know. I don't even know. The stream goes offline at random. Alright, I think, like I said, that's pretty much just the storm. So I apologize for that. Yeah, I've got full bars on my connection on the Wi-Fi. Cake or cookies? Cookies, because cake, I can't do the frosting half the time. I can't, yeah, it's too sweet. Most of the time, icing is just too much sugar, and I'm not into that. I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit. Just a scotch. There we go. Because it's, like, starting to blare in my ears. I'm like, what the hell? What video game character defines me? Can we circle back to that one? I have to give that some thought, actually. I have to give that one some thought. Can we circle back to that one? If I could time travel, where would I go? Or when? Well, I mean, I could go into the future and just, like, you know, pick next week's lottery numbers ahead of time. That would be nice, right? No, I couldn't do that. I don't know. I'd probably go back to, like, the time of Jesus, just to see if it was actually real. You know, or if it was all just, like, written by some madman. Madman with a pen. I'd probably go back then and just see Jesus being like, it's magic. You know, I don't know. Is there an actor or an actress that you were shy to meet in person? Probably any. Just remembering the one time I met Randy Savage and I made a complete fucking tool of myself. So, yeah, probably any. All celebrities. You know, probably that's probably a good one. What's my favorite game show? There's a good question. Because I've watched me some game shows, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Name that tune? Yes. Freaking, what's the one with the things? No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop. I can't remember the name. It's a good one. Name that tune. Nani's been getting me to watch The Family Feud a lot. Old School Price is Right with Bob Barker is always good. Shit. Trivial Pursuit, because if you look it up, Trivial Pursuit actually was a game show. Check it out. Press Your Luck, thank you. Thank you. Press Your Luck, I love that one. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who wants to be a millionaire? Who wants to be a gillionaire? Okay. But yeah, Press Your Luck. I was always a fan of Name That Tune. Seeing people freaking name songs after like 1, 2, 3 notes or something like that just fucking blew my mind. You know, of course, when I watched it, I was like freaking 9, 10, somewhere around there. Thoughts on new movies versus old movies? Crack, boom, bah. There's thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder at all. Yeah, the guy who did the music. Yeah, the freaking suspenseful music. It's like, I think I'd like to phone a friend. Are you sure? Yes. Yeah. But no, what was it? Thoughts on old movies versus new movies? I guess, you know, even older movies, you can find, like, crap. So, I mean, it's just, you can tell that there's a focus in different, like, decades of the movies. You could tell there's a small focus on different, I guess you could say, worldwide topical, things. Like, back in the 70s and 80s, it'd be like, or 70s, it'd be pretty much just like, being groovy. Being groovy. All the movies were about being groovy, you know. 80s were like the drug freaking phase of movies, so you had a lot of cop movies, and, well, cop movies were in like the 70s too, but in the 80s you got like a lot of drug movies that hit it big, like Scarface and shit like that. 90s was all about being like the next generation, you know, Generation X kind of movies, like Hackers and stuff like that. And then, like, as of late, I see like these movies as of late being like more focused on the fact that there's social media. You know, it's almost like Hollywood's trying to let us focus on the fact that there's social media. It's like, we know. I don't know. If you could change anything about myself and why, what would it be and why? I have a lot of bad habits. A lot. And I would really like to change some of them. One of them cost me big, and I won't disclose that because it's a little embarrassing, and I don't feel like disclosing everything about myself at this point. But yeah, yeah, I just, you know, I've made a lot of, I guess you'd say, bad habits. I have a lot of bad habits. Like, what's a good one? Like, every once in a while I still bite my nails. It's gross. It's grody. So, I don't know. I'd probably want to have less bad habits, or at least, lesser bad habits. You know, bad habits where it's just like, I can't leave a room without turning off the lights, or, you know, something. Well, that's a good habit. I don't know. I don't even know what a good habit would be. It's terrible. Old school Pokemon versus new school Pokemon. I don't know. I've gone over this in the Nuzlocke playthrough for the most part. Old school Pokemon kinda, like, had it right. It was simple enough and everything that anybody could play it, and just as of recently, it's simple enough, but they've added so much to the games and everything that, in my opinion, it's different. I wouldn't say it's better or worse, it's just different than the originals. So, I haven't actually played Sun and Moon or, like, anything, as of, you know, the couple past generations, but, so I can't really judge for certain on those, but, you know. What do you think of the country of France, like, stereotype-wise? I'm French, so yeah, that's why I asked. Well, I mean, and excuse me if I get to be like, Jesus. That was close. Sorry. That just kind of just... Whew. That was close. I was like really close.